Thank you, Anthony, and thank you, Anne, to introduce me, Yoshiharu Tsukamoto. My name is Yoshiharu Tsukamoto. So today it's a great honor for me to be here to talk to you about our work. Okay. So today's title of my talk is Architectural Behaviorology. This is the front page of the book, published from Rizzoli. And this book is a monograph of our work. And, the idea of architectural behaviorology investigates three different things mainly. The first behavior is behavior of the nature, like light and wind and heat, humidity. They all behave based on their own natural discipline. And also human beings behave in certain way, or based on their habit, or based on the physical environment. And the third one is building. Building also behave in certain condition in the urban area, urban space. But it sounds very strange because building doesn't move. So how can we observe the behavior of the building? But if we take 60 years or 100 years of time scale, we can see the transformation of the city and registered by the change of the buildings and the regeneration of the buildings through time. And then we can, and then on editing this book, we realize that what we are doing is all about behavior around buildings, or inside building, or outside of the building. And then I started to call our main idea behaviorology. Okay, and I like to give very easy example to understand behaviorology. This is a White Limousine Yatai. This is an art project in Niigata. We are invited to make a mobile structure to connect different venues of art for Tsumari Art Biennale. It is an open air sculptural, or no, contemporary art event, and curator wants to make something which connect different venues. And we proposed and we made this stretched yatai, which is 10 meters long. But normally yatai is a food store in Japanese. And normally it is 1.5 meters long, which is available size for one man to serve meals and cook and wash and everything by himself. But I like the experience of yatai because it tastes better. I don't know if it's really good, but I feel it's better, and also it's easy to start talking with someone you don't know who is eating something or drinking something next to you. And so I think it's because the space of yatai is really supported by people who participate in that space, and it's not something which just provided as a service from the professional, staff of the restaurant. The guy who is running the yatai is very wild, and they don't care about the customers, and they ask us to work also. And so this atmosphere creates a kind of real sense of a public space in the street. But it is considered as the lowest class of the restaurant in the society. So I like to enlarge and accelerate this delightful experience of yatai by stretching its structure into 10 meters long. And so it becomes very troublesome because it doesn't have a motor, so you should bring by your body, and it's always produce traffic jam on the street. But people start laughing when they discover it is a yatai, because people knows how yatai is enjoyable and delightful. And since people knows how to behave at yatai, so they easily come to start ordering some drinks or meals. And in this case, we also organize a restaurant. We run the restaurant with 10 staff, students from the university, because it's too long, it's not affordable by one person. So, and then, but the people behave very easily, and so this is a night we invite other artists to celebrate the opening, and we start singing, and we are complained by neighbors. And one example is House and Atelier Bow-Wow, where I'm working and living. And so the one possible tactic or strategy is to mix, to invite non-family member into the house. Because I think the third generation is purely for family. So it's very uncomfortable when you invite someone in the house. So I like I like someone which is not my family member in the house, because all Japanese house had that kind of quality. And if you read old novel, you can easily find someone in the house who is not family member, and they are living together in a very interesting way. So I think now it's again important to invite non-family member into the house. And the House on Atelier Bow-Wow is office in the lower 2 floors and the house upper 2 floors. And this floor is in between the house and office. It is our living room, but same time this is a meeting room for office. And here, behind this slab, there is a kitchen and dining. It's also open for my staff. They can cook. And I also think about the climate condition in Tokyo. This map shows the tropical night in Tokyo. Red area has 45 continuous tropical night. Tropical night is a night over 30 degrees, and it's really hot and very difficult to sleep without air conditioning. So I don't want to heat the city by cooling the building. So in order to avoid this, we dug the 2 well and pump up the well water minus 40 meters underground, which is always 15 degrees whole year. So we squeeze energy from this well water and utilize it for cooling and heating the building. And since you will see the radiator integrated into the part of the architectural composition in the house. And we recharge this water into the water vein again. So we don't use sewage. And this is appearance from outside. It's built in the so-called flagpole-shaped site. It's also result of the subdivision of the property. And this is a view from the entrance. Entrance is at the landing, which connect basement and first ground floor. And both are occupied by office. And this is another upstairs, another landing, now occupied by models. And half story up, this is dining and kitchen. And this is living space. This is a view from the dining to the office. So in the house, in this building, the behavior of office and behavior of house are interacting each other. And this is also my intention, because at first we did a scheme. We checked the scheme which divide house and office clearly, having two different entrances. But we couldn't reach any interesting project because the relationship between house and office is already set from the beginning. It's a very cold relationship. But I expected to produce something very different from house or from office. So this space is mixing chamber between house and office. And the living room is kept as vacant as possible and open as possible. So the wall is all glazed, facing to the neighbor's building. So we borrow the neighbor's wall as wallpaper. And we have also a balcony, which is almost a part of the gap space between buildings. So redefinition of gap space is also very important premise for fourth generation house, because until third generation, it was forgotten. It was people tried not to see the fact that every construction produces gap space between buildings. But now, I think it's very important for fourth generation to redefine these spaces in the city. And yeah, so this providing the opportunity to spend outside of the building is also another important premise of the fourth generation. Okay, and another example of this non-human centered framework is Pony Garden. This is a house for the woman who is going to retire in 5 years, and she went to me and asking, I want to build a house for living with pony after my retirement. And I asked her, but if you start living with pony, you can't go abroad, for example. And she said, it's okay, I have already traveled a lot. Everywhere in the world. So she strongly wished to make a house to have pony after her retirement. And then, but the budget was really, really modest. It's really small. And I hesitated to accept this offer. And, but one day, I changed my mind. I found the solution. And I told her that, no, maybe with this budget, I can't design your house, but I can design your pony's garden. Because if you invest this money for your house, it's not something nice, it's not gorgeous, it's something poor. But if you invest this same money for garden for pony, it's very nice and very gorgeous. And so she was so fascinated by this proposal and accept to live in the garden. So I said, so this is always I said to her, okay, this is not house, this is garden, this is garden, this is garden, this is garden. And then the ground floor doesn't have any windows. It's open space, it's a loggia. And the plan is like this. This is a property, and we made a menage at first for horse, so they can walk and run. And at the corner, it's a space for sleeping and dining. But this is a lodger space. And this small corner is, again, for pony. So people are allowed to come into the territory of pony. And then the result is like this. So the space is totally open to outside, and every time you can see pony walking. And floor is heated. So it's okay also in the early winter to open the window like this. And we have dining and kitchen in this lodger space. So you can dine with pony like this, and it's lovely. Yes. And upstairs in the attic space, it's bedroom and bathroom. It's with air conditioning. So they can escape when it's so hot or so cold. And this is a window to the pony's room, like this. So in summer, so this is a night view, but this house totally changed their behavior because there is no window, and it's really difficult to shut out the mosquitoes. So they must finish their supper until before sunset. And so it's like 7 o'clock, and then they close the wooden shutter and go to sleep, and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and start working for keeping this menage for horse.